Good evening and welcome to Fred J. Brown Stadium in Defiance, Ohio, as tonight the Bryan Golden Bears and the Liberty-Benton Eagles do battle here in a district final game here, Division 4 on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Good evening, everybody. Chris Malanga alongside Kevin Schafer. And Kevin, you know, the Golden Bears, after that thrilling overtime win against Delta, are running into a buzzsaw here with Liberty-Benton.
Yeah, they really do, and it's always hard to come back and get your emotions back under control when you're in an overtime game, you have an exciting win, and the games are coming fast and furious at this point of the season, and you have to let that win go, refocus, and get down to the business at hand.
Enjoy it for 24 hours and then get ready. Golden Bears sitting at 13-4-2 overall. Liberty-Benton 18-1 overall, and the Bears again won 1-0 in double overtime. Goal scored with about 3 minutes and 19 seconds left back on Monday night right here in this very stadium. Liberty-Benton has been on a tear, just one loss this year, and they've got three kids that are all Ohio. They've got, it's just talent up and down the roster for them.
Yeah, it really is, and it is impressive the number of goals they've scored this season. 97 goals. In a season is just an amazing amount of goals, and they've only let in 10 goals all season, and the most they've let in any single game is 2 goals. It means that Bryan really has to be defensively solid if they're going to have a chance to win tonight.
Well, it is the Oberlin-Turnbull countdown to kickoff. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused. Going to take this time out. Come back with more after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Nobody likes an awkward silence, but you can actually use it for something good.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, today's game being brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, and Veterans Services of Williams County. Chris Malanga, Kevin Schafer here with you, and the last meeting between these two, well, there hasn't been one. As far back as we could go, which is about 15 years easily, we had not found anything with Liberty-Benton and Bryan meeting in soccer. We played in girls basketball. I think we played in boys basketball. But not in soccer so far. And, you see that with teams dropping divisions. Last night with the girls' game, Otto Glandorf was Division 3 perennially, and now they're in Division 4. And so we're starting to see some of these teams that you don't usually see up there.
Yeah, and it is interesting because they do play some other NWAL teams. So they play teams that we're familiar with, and there actually are a lot of common opponents, but we haven't seen them.
Absolutely. Well, let's meet the Liberty-Benton Eagles. They are sitting at 18-1 overall, 5-0 in the NCOSA, which I hadn't even heard of. Teams in that league include, Ada, Corey, Rawson, Liberty-Benton, Riverdale, Upper Sandusky, and Van Buren, the North Central Ohio Soccer Association. Basically, it's a league for the teams whose other leagues don't have soccer. And Aaron Troyer is at the helm of the Eagles, and he's ninth year, 87, 54, and 20. This has been a historic year for them with the program record for wins in a season. And you mentioned early on 10 goals allowed with 10 shutouts and 97 goals scored on the season.
Yeah, it's an incredible production on both ends of the ball. 97 goals is just a ton. They have one player who's averaging like 2 goals a game, which is huge production numbers. Clearly a big target for the offense, but they still have 3 other players that have scored more than 10 goals in the season, and so it just shows that they're very consistent on offense and they're good finishers.
Garrett Nealis is the guy you're going to be looking at. He holds the career points and assists record with 197 points and 67 assists. He's second in career goals for Liberty-Benton, and he's just going to be a kid that's going to be all over the place.
Yeah, and so you've got to know where he's at. I guarantee you that Dom is going to know where he is all the time because that's where the ball's going.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at their last 5 games in the district semi, they beat Bath right here on this field after our game, so they had to sit around and wait for our double overtime game to get done, 6-1. I think the Bears saw all the scoring in that game because I believe Dom told me it was 6-1 when they left at halftime. They beat Liberty Center in the sectional final 6-0. They won at Continental 8-1, at OG 3-0, and versus Cardinal Mooney over in my neck of the woods in Youngstown 4-1. And when you look at common opponents, you mentioned this, they do play a lot of common opponents. Liberty Center is a common opponent, St. Mary's, OG, Evergreen, and Continental. Against common opponents, the Bears were 6-0 because we played Ottawa-Glandorf twice, and they were 5-0. So not really you can't really infer much out of that.
Yeah, and by a lot of similar score lines as well.
Yeah.
But it is when you have a team like Liberty-Benton that's scoring for fun. There comes a time when the JV starts to come in.
Yep.
There comes a time when just from sportsmanship, you let off the gas. And so it can be difficult to tell what the real difference is with those common opponents just because you don't know when Liberty-Benton stopped scoring.
Absolutely. Let's meet the Bryan Golden Bears. They are 13-4-2, 3-2-1 in the league. Head coach Luke Collins in his 6th year, the NWO Coach of the Year this year. Bryan averaging 2.6 goals on the season, allowing just under a goal per game. And we got some all-district honors announced in the last day or so. Sophomore Max Burton is first team all-district. Dom Malanga, the senior, second team all-district. And, those two are, it's nice to get some kids recognized there and in the league. And they've had a pretty good season. I mean, to lose 4, this is not this is a team that has improved every single year. And when you look at their previous 5 games, Delta in the district semi 1-0, OG in the sectional final 1-0. Versus Pettisville 3-0. They lost Delta 1-0, and then they tied Archbold. So not a lot of goal production by the Golden Bears in the last few games.
Right, but when you see those kind of tight score lines, you start thinking about mental toughness,
Yep.
right, and staying engaged the whole game in that whole game effort. And that's a good sign for Bryan if we're looking for a win tonight because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take 80 minutes of concentration and mental toughness, and we've demonstrated that in the past. We just have to demonstrate it again tonight.
All right, well, we're going to take our second timeout. When we come back, we'll take our look at our keys of the game, meet our game officials, and more. This is the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory since 1922. We've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
That's kind of cool over there. It's time now for our keys of the game, being brought to you by the Carlin Company, Realty and Auctioneers, your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They've consistently remained number 1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all your real estate needs, and let's take a look at the keys first for the Liberty-Benton Eagles.
Yes, Liberty-Benton, they're going to try to outwork the Bears. That obviously they like to score lots of goals, and to score lots of goals, you got to work hard. So they're going to be focusing on that. Half their team is seniors and juniors. I mean, I know that seems like it makes sense a lot of times, but a lot of times you'll see those upperclassmen start to drop off as they lose playing time. But these are guys that have managed to stick with it and are providing valuable experience to this team. And then patience in the attack. They know Bryan has a good defense, and so they've got to take the time, make the passes, and try to break down that defense.
All right, keys to the game now for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, and it's always a lot of times the keys are opposite for the other teams. Bryan has to be disciplined and not get broken down on defense. They're going to have to play back and be prepared to be under attack by this great offense that Liberty-Benton has. And when you're playing back, that's when the counterattack becomes a big deal. When they go, they've got to go, and everybody's got to go with them. Because if you only get 1 or 2 players down, that counterattack is going to fizzle. So they've got to be ready to go. And then when you have a team that scores a lot, don't let them have the ball, right? And that's something that Bryan does well. That's been a mark of Luke Collins and his dad, Martin, when he coached here, possession soccer. And if we play good possession soccer, that's how we're going to have a chance to stay in this game.
All right, keys to the game being brought to you by Carlin Company, Realty and Auctioneers. Time now to meet our game officials. Game officials being brought to you by Tri-State Vision Center, serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all your eye care needs. Officials tonight, Mike Wyrack is going to be your center official. Robert Grohl is your AR1, and Doug Heingardner your AR2. And you said you don't know these guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I've worked with them this year. Of course, I am a varsity soccer referee myself, and we've been trying to do this for a while, but I've had my own games, and so it's nice to have a chance to be here. This time of year is different. We spend a lot of time working in a two-man system. Getting that third man out there makes a big difference. It makes the calls better. It just helps the game flow. And so it's good to have 3 officials for this game tonight.
And officials brought to you by Tri-State Vision Center. Well, this has been the Oberlin-Turnbull countdown to kickoff. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused. Going to take our final timeout. Come back with our starting lineups, our national anthem, and more after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, Bryan Liberty-Benton getting set to do battle again. Bryan 13-4-2, Liberty-Benton 18-1 on the season here in this Division IV district final at Defiance, and the Bears looking for their first district championship in a long time, if ever. So I didn't go back and look at that one.
I think Jonathan LeBlanc said since 2000, since we've been in the district finals.
Okay, there we go. So let's take a look at our starting lineups. Starting lineups being brought to you by Debbie's Dairy Free, serving you ice cream, soup, sandwiches, and more. Victories taste sweeter with Debbie's. Call ahead with your order at 419-636-5606. Let's take a look at the Golden Bears lineup right now. Bears are going to switch things up just a little bit, play a 4-4-1-1 formation. What does that do?
Yeah, so that gives us a little bit more help on defense, particularly in the midfield than what we normally have. And so, again, we're going to be playing counterattacking ball, and so we have to first stop Liberty-Benton before we can attack.
So Don Malanga in goal, Caden Oberlin, Nolan Sleesman, Carter Luce, Tucker Miller in the back row. Carter Altaffer, Mason Welling, Hunter Mufeld, and Jack Kennedy in the mid, and then Max Burton and Elijah Fry, who had that game-winning goal against Delta, up top. So there you have the starting lineup for the Bryan Golden Bears, and we're going to switch things up here as they're getting ready to do our national anthem, so we won't even worry about the Liberty-Benton lineup just yet. But teams are coming out. They come out, do our national anthem, and then they introduce the non-starters and everybody. So it's always nice that when you get to this point in the year, you get to a little bit of recognition, even if you haven't played too much.
Yeah, it really is, because a lot of the spotlight goes on those starters, but everybody works hard in practice.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Veteran Services of Williams County is sponsoring our national anthem today, so we'll step aside for that here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
And join us as we honor America and those who serve to protect it with the playing of the Stars Spangled Banner.
National anthem being brought to you by Veterans Services of Williams County. All right, so let's take a look at that lineup for Liberty-Benton. Again, lineup sponsored by Debbie's Dairy Freeze, serving you ice cream, soup, sandwiches, and more. Victories taste sweeter with Debbie's. Call ahead with your order at 419-636-5606. Well, your goalkeeper today is Ben Jenkins. He's a senior. Across the back line there, they're going to play a 5-2-3 lineup. And when you look across the back line, Silas Arredondo, a senior. You've got Brody Thomas, a junior. Will Neese, a senior. You've got Lincoln Holler, a junior. Cooper Cox, a junior. That's the back line. In the middle there, you've got Bryce Fox, who is a senior. We talked about him early on, Garrett Nealis. He is the guy. Everything kind of goes through him in the midfield there. Aiden Hatch, a junior up front. Alex Becker, a junior up front. And Trevor Ferris, a senior up front. All of their starters, either juniors or seniors. A little bit different for the Golden Bears, as Nolan Sleesman. Let's see, Sleesman, I believe Sleesman is a sophomore. Kennedy, well, Kennedy's a junior. Burton is a sophomore too, though. So 2 sophomores. And they'll roll a lot of freshmen in as well. You'll get Alex Diaz coming in a little bit. Bryce Welling comes in quite a bit as well that you'll have to roll in. So definitely senior laden for the Liberty-Benton Eagles. So, all right, so thoughts on this one? You put your coach's hat on for a second and tell me what the Bears need to be doing in this one.
What we're hoping for is a 1-0, 2-1 game. For us to win, we have to not get in a shootout because Liberty-Benton hasn't gotten any shootouts, and so that's not the blueprint to win. So it's going to be keeping possession, playing with control. The good news is that's Bryan soccer. We play good possession soccer. We take our time on the ball. If we stick to our game plan, then we've got a shot. But it's going to be defensive mindset. We're going to have to defend, get the ball, counterattack. But if we let Liberty-Benton run us up and down the field, that's going to be trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. Switching it up, obviously the 4-4-1-1, you said that gives you just extra help in the back and in the midfield there. How difficult is it to make that transition from what you're used to at a 4-3-3 or a 4-3-2-1 to?
Yeah, so you're looking for those players that are used to playing up front. They have to remember to drop back and get connected with the defense, and then to be ready to make that transition like we talked about earlier, to go on that counterattack, because you can't just be thinking, oh, I'm playing defense now, right? The midfield, they've got to be box-to-box players. They've got to go all the way back on defense and be strong there, and then they've got to get up the field when the attack comes and support that attack. And that's a different mindset from when you're just playing striker.
Midfield usually has to do a lot of running, but tonight it might be even more.
Right. And it's going to be about making good sprints at the right time. And it's going to be about decision-making.
All right, it is Liberty-Benton, 18-1, number 1 seed against the Bryan Golden Bears, 13-4-2. Bears looking for their first district title in a long time, since 2000, since they've even been in this game. And these seniors, I know they want to keep playing.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game. Get this one won so we can play again next week.
All right, so I didn't see the toss, so I'm not sure who's going to kick off.
Yeah, and unfortunately in soccer, we don't give you the big signals to let you know how the toss went.
Nor do you have the microphone to tell us what's going on, like football. So it looks like that
Liberty-Benton will be starting us off here, yeah.
I got to get OG out of my brain. I did back-to-back OG games, or very close OG games.
We're just waiting for the Liberty-Benton keeper to get in place here.
There we go. Clock starts, and we're underway. They'll move it up to Fox in the mid. Fox will go out to the side there. Find Ferris. Ferris being pursued by Altaffer. Bears will dispossess. Burton will have it. Burton will play it back to Sleesman. Kennedy. They'll feed it ahead off of Elijah Fry and right back to Nice.
Yeah, and that's maybe a little too ambitious. We want to work through the midfield there.
Arredondo right now for Liberty-Benton.
That was a nice run by LB, but Dom's got it covered.
Got to keep track of my stats here. Get my pen. Dom will boot it out.
And one of the things we'll be looking for here early is what level of physicality the referees are going to allow the teams to play. And, you know, that it depends a little bit on how the teams want to play. A lot of times the referees are just looking to see what the teams want and help them out that way. Throw in by Liberty-Benton there, down the side.
And they are really playing side to side, aren't they?
Yeah, and we'll expect to see that with the 3 strikers up front. Expect to see them work for those crosses from the strikers playing on the outside.
They'll feed it aside.
Oh, that's trouble, and
It is
it's
trouble.
a goal, yeah. And that's exactly what I was talking about. They're looking to make that cross. That cross was right across the top of the goal area, and that's just, it puts our keeper in difficult position at that point.
So here you see it on replay, the Welling Construction replay. They'll come across and just
and they have two guys making that run on the back post, and it just puts our defenders in a difficult position and freezes the keeper, and the ball's in the back of the net just like that.
And this is something we've seen Liberty-Benton do all season long. They're 18-1 for a reason.
Correct. But now you just got to put that out of your head. You know, it's early. You play like it's still a 0-0 game and go get your goal.
Yep. Miller with it. Gives to Kennedy. Kennedy will feed up to Fry and off the foot of Burton. Bears, as of late, have been playing, especially on the turf fields, have been playing very close to the sidelines. Something they like to do.
Yeah,
the middle.
And that gives you space to cross into and to make runs, and it rewards teams that are working off the ball, which is a mark of Bryan Bears soccer.
Kennedy in the back will give to Mufeld. Gets dispossessed. It'll be a Bears throw-in. Arredondo scored that goal, and he was listed as a defenseman. So you could see that they're pushing up.
Well, that's one thing that you're going to expect in a 5-2-3. You're going to expect those outside defenders to be involved in the attack, and it's going to a lot of times look more like a 3-5-3.
They're making a run again up the side. Come into the center there, and Arredondo is there again.
And that's going to be a throw for Bryan.
Liberty-Benton in those black uniforms with white numbers, challenging to catch.
A little easier to read than the other night,
yes,
though.
it was. They are. But those numbers are small. And we are high up. I think we're 36 steps up, Krista counted. 38, Nate tells me. Big shot. Looking down.
Yeah, just a little too
Becker.
long there. But they're looking for Arredondo. He is hanging just off of the shoulder of our right back, looking to stretch the defense and to make us think about him.
Into Mufeld to get dispossessed. Carter Luce will clear it out.
Yes, nice cover by Carter there.
Fry will come up and contest this. Thomas has it back there for LB. Misplayed by the Eagles, and Bears will have a chance here, but 3 immediately surround Fry.
Yeah, and we've just got to have good first touches here. Liberty-Benton is quick, and so we can't spend a lot of time on the ball.
Burton has it now. Tucker Miller will fire it up and then get dispossessed. Nealis, number 21 there, that's the one to watch.
Oh, that's offside. Good call by the referee there. But he'll time that run up. We've got to be very careful about that. Oh, it looks like the ball went ahead and went out for a goal kick, so the center referee waved down that offside flag and is given the goal kick instead.
Gets out to Fry. Nice kick there by the Bears. Trying to do something here. Nealis in the middle will fire it up to the side. So it looks like they want to go down that right side and find some runners in the middle.
Yeah, in their best goal scorer is playing on the left-hand side, and so they take it down the right-hand side and they cross it to him and let him make his magic.
Bears will have a deep throw in. LB has it. They'll pass. And that's another one. Just sneaks its way inside the goal.
Yeah, we just don't react in time here. We've got to close him down a little bit quicker, not give him quite so much time on the ball.
That might have been Hatch that had that. No, it wasn't Hatch.
It's like 21 there.
That was Nealis.
Yeah, we're just a little late getting there, and he hits it right in the bottom left-hand corner, which makes Dom's job almost impossible.
Yep. Hayden Hatch gets that. 34-33 left, and I actually had that as Nealis, not Hatch.
Crunch on that. Garrett Nealis with the goal.
Correction is made.
It's 1-1.
Again, Nealis sticks it away. Liberty-Benton definitely winning in the midfield right now.
Yeah, and they're winning in the midfield by numbers. Our midfielders are staying back connected to the defense, and we're just not really challenging within the first 10 or 15 yards of our own half at this point.
He'll be coming out again, and here's Nealis again. And he'll fire another one. This one will go wide.
We did a better job of putting him under pressure there.
Wide to left.
I mean, that's the guy. You just got to watch that kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then the problem is there's 4 of them that you have to watch.
Right.
And it is easy for one of them to get lost at that point.
They'll hit it up. And again, pretty evenly matched right now, 3-on-3. They're able to dispossess the Bears. And
that was good anticipation there by Bryan to know where that pass was going to go and get the clearance.
That was Mason Welling that cleared that one away.
It might have been a little – nope, we weren't lucky. I was going to say we're a little lucky to get away with that, but he was just waiting to see if there was going to be advantage or not.
Well, a free kick for the Eagles.
And what did you see there as an official?
So he grabbed him with the left hand and kind of turned him around a little bit, took him off the ball. That's those small tugs that they're looking for. And you get away with that in the regular season with 2 officials a lot of the times. So players are used to doing that. And then you get the third official who that time is only 7 yards off of them, and now the call gets made.
So Bears will be moving up with Fry, but unfortunately Liberty-Benton has a lot down. And then he falls down. Got a runner here for Kennedy.
Oh,
and just wide.
Would have liked to see the cross there instead.
Yeah, right.
And, yeah, we're asking for it, going, hey, I was here. I was making the run.
I'm looking right at their goalie, Jenkins, and all I can think of is Pink Bunny from A Christmas Story. I mean, that's all I see right now.
I tell you what, I'll let you tell him that.
No, I won't tell him that. I'm just saying, pink from head to toe. It's an interesting look. I like it.
It's a pretty popular look.
It is.
These
with
days.
And especially in the all black. Just can't get it to go. Kennedy right there on the sideline.
Dribbled out on us there.
Here's Nealis again. Nealis has 3 guys around him. Still able to flick it up to Hatch. Bears able to come and take care of it. Sleesman will kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, that was great control of the ball.
Yep. Aaron Dondo coming to throw it in. Fox has it now. He'll center it. This is Ferris.
Yep, we're going to get a call against us there, too. He took the leg out there before he got to the ball. That's why we get the foul called against us.
Mason Welling questioning things, but Nealis will get the free kick.
So far, the referees haven't had to be involved much, but the involvement they've had has been good.
And Nealis
Nealis' shot
goes wide.
left. Goal kick, Bryan.
So that isn't technically a shot on goal, is it?
I wouldn't consider it one. It wasn't on the frame.
And just Nealis again off the punt. I mean, this is a good soccer team.
It is. It really is. That was a nice
Kennedy
look.
going
in
left
stride
side.
now.
We'll keep it in.
We're getting some help down the middle. Ooh, yes, we're getting a call from the AR there for that foul. That was a firm tackle and a little late.
Coming over to plead his case, and the official tells him to back up.
Yeah, and that right there is probably as much as that official is going to be willing to take from him. It was a little spirited in disagreement, but at the end of the day, kept it appropriate. We're setting the wall now so that we've got a clean opportunity to get that cross in.
See if the Bears can get one here.
Delivery was good to the back post, but we just could not quite get there.
And that'll be a goal kick.
And I don't mind that shot from there. You're putting it back in quickly and hoping to catch him off guard.
Coming up for the Eagles. To be taken by Ben Jenkins.
10 minutes into this one, already 2-0 Eagles.
And you don't want to panic yet, but you do know that you've set yourself a lot of work at this point.
Right. And they haven't let up any more than 2 goals in, and we talked a little bit about that you don't want to let up have 2 goals, and here we are.
But Bryan does seem to be settling down a little bit. Hopefully we don't put the commentator's curse on him there. But that first 10 minutes, you're kind of settling in the game, and a lot of times that's when the weird stuff happens. And then you get your legs under you, and you play better the rest of the game. We've set ourselves a big task.
Absolutely. That throw-in sequence did not go particularly well for the Bears. Got kicked right back out. So LB had a chance to throw it in. This is Thomas. And they're just clinical passing right there in front of the goal. Niels will put another one on. Dom able to stop it.
Nealis the shot, hauled in by Malanga.
3 shots on goal. First save for Malanga. Bears had the first touch there. Got a little bit of an unlucky bounce, but Max Burton able to recover. Sleesman with it. Sleesman will fire it into Mufeld. This looks promising. Mufeld will fire it ahead. And
it was a good look there.
Kennedy cannot keep it in. Just a little too long.
And this is an older turf field, and so it's a little bit faster even than the turf that we play on in our football stadium. And so we're going to struggle with that a little bit, just ending up with more of a touch than what we meant to get.
Yeah, absolutely. As the fields compact down, you lose that rubberized stuff inside of it. Does make things a little faster. Burton in the corner.
That was a good job of shielding the ball out by Liberty-Benton there. And one thing you can notice when we are on attack, they're getting a lot of players back behind the ball. That's how they've done such a good job of not giving up goals this season.
And they've got 5 there, and so those 2 back wings, able to get out, on the offensive end. But then when they need to come back, they do come back, and so then it becomes really tough. Burton with it. Right on the sideline. And that'll be a Bears throw. A nice job to kick it off the foot of the Liberty-Benton.
We're getting a couple of subs in, one for each team here. So this is where Liberty-Benton is back behind the ball, and there's just not a lot of space for Bryan to get into. So the throw goes right back out for another Bryan throw in. And we're going to play it down the left-hand side there. Looking to make the turn, and that is going to be a Bryan corner.
Hey, the first corner kick of the night for the Bears.
And we've seen that we've got some good corner routines, so this is a real opportunity to pull back within a goal here.
Got 2 guys on Elijah Fry. And it's headed right out.
Yeah, they've done their homework too.
Yes, they have.
They read about that corner kick goal from the last game.
Hunter Mufield does a good job of stepping in front of that one and disrupting the attack.
We're making a lot of good runs, and we're doing a good job of getting the ball out in that general direction. That one got picked off, but we've had 3 or 4 that have gotten through to that runner.
They're just not able to finish it. Ahead and just too tall.
Yeah, that would have been a lot more trouble on grass, and that's the interesting thing about playing on the different surfaces.
Would have just died potentially on the grass. Instead it kept rolling forever. They get through, and this could be trouble.
He's got a helper on the backside. Now it's a lot of trouble, and that's another goal for Liberty-Benton.
Wow.
And that's just how quickly they can turn and get down the field.
24:06. I don't see if we can see who got it on replay. That was just a tail end there.
It, yeah.
Trying to see. Can we run that again, Krista? Yeah, couldn't catch it.
He does us no favors and refuses to show his number to the camera.
So 3-0 now.
Liberty-Benton goal scored by number 2, Dorian Becker. Time of goal 24:06.
And so, of course, the biggest thing Bryan has to be thinking about at this point is no more goals.
Right.
Right. You've at some point you got to stop digging, and then you got to think about what is a reasonable expectation. You know, where do we want to be by halftime? You know, if we just get 1 goal by halftime, we're moving in the right direction. Stop the bleeding. Start pulling back in, and so that's what we've got to be thinking about at this point.
Bears will have the kick. I didn't see what caused the whistle, but had a man up there, and again that first touch was just been rough. Ooh,
oh, we're going to get a call there.
Free kick, Bryan.
Bears using the free kick to move up the field.
We are on a football field, but you usually see that kind of stuff in the other type of football.
Carter Luce will bring it up. Right to the foot of Liberty-Benton.
Yeah, it was a little tall for the Bryan player who was right in front there.
Nealis will fire it down.
Yeah, but that service is too long. Don't even try to make that run.
Made by Malanga.
Kick it ahead. Nice job there. It's Diaz. Freshman has come in. They go out to the side. Welling will bring it up. Be a Bryan throw in.
And so what's hurting our offensive chances here a little bit too is how many players we're having to keep back. We've got 5, almost 6 players back behind the ball, which limits our offensive options a lot as well.
Welling tries to get it out to his brother. Not able to do that. Actually, that was Max Burton he tried to kick it to. And LB's coming again. Here's Nealis. Nealis will feed it in the middle, and Carter Luce missed it, which rarely happens.
Yeah, it's unusual from Carter.
That's right, absolutely. Fox will kick it back, play it back to Thomas. Thomas will go left side. Too tall. That was for.
And a little lucky that went out of bounds there, too. Had kind of gotten lost on the sideline, and nobody was covering him. A couple of subs for Liberty-Benton coming in here. And the numbers on the front are too small to read, Chris. I will give you that.
The ones on the back aren't much bigger, though. 2 is Dorian Bickert, excuse me. LB just able to move it through. Here's Fox. They'll get it back. They're just looking to put pressure on you, squeeze you. Rare misplay by LB. They'll play it back. Diaz will come give chase, but
and Bryan is coming up and trying to keep the ball trapped down a little bit more. But it's just such a dangerous game with as quick as the front 3 are for Liberty-Benton.
Yep. Get it ahead to Diaz. Both players hit the deck. And dispossessed by Jackson Rath. Nealis again. Will fire down in that corner.
A well-timed run there, but the pass is a little long.
Good job by the Bears to screen it there so that they couldn't get to it. Halfway through the first half, LB leads 3-0.
And this is one of those games where it just feels like you're playing against 13 guys instead of 11.
You're
Everywhere
right.
you look, you feel outnumbered.
Yep. I think that's the way the game felt last night for the Lady Bears, too, against OG. I mean, anytime you're in the playoffs, you're going to see really good teams, but I feel like both the Bears' opponents this week have been really, really good teams.
Oh, well defended there by Bryan.
That'll be a corner, though, for Liberty-Benton.
Yeah, I mean, you can't always have your cake and eat it, too.
Yep.
Sometimes you just have to put it out for the corner, and that's the better option.
This will be the first corner kick for LB. The other thing we're seeing is they're running a lot of kids in and out.
Yeah, you wish if they were fast, at least they'd be tired, but we're not going to get that tonight. They're setting up potentially for a short corner here, but they do deliver it in. Nobody makes that back post run, though.
Welling did a nice job of getting it out of there. Diaz, the freshman. Kennedy just ran the wrong way from where Diaz thought he might be.
That was a nice turn by 17 to take that ball into the middle.
Yep, Trevor Ferris. Here's Nealis again. Give to Fox. You see why he's one of the assist leaders.
It got away with a little push by LB there. And that's what smart soccer players know where the referee is.
Yep.
And they know what the referee can and can't see.
Eagles will have a throw in. And stolen away by Diaz. Sorry, that's Altaffer. Too many blonde kids.
They're all blonde kids.
They are. The Eagles are all blonde kids for sure.
One suspects there might have been some hydrogen peroxide involved, but
Bears just kind of playing it back and forth, and LB is content to let them do just that.
Yeah, Bryan's trying to see if they can't open up some passing lanes there, but good discipline by LB to not open them up.
Burton will play it back to Luce. I feel like when you play it back to Luce, the next thing has to be run forward because he'll just be able to boom it up there. Now Eagles have a little bit of a run here. Defense gets back, but fast. Basically,
That's a
ran
good
through
no
him.
call there by the referees.
That'll be a throw in for LB.
But that's a good place to put the ball out there. You're giving yourself a chance to breathe after a sustained attack. And you need that reset.
For sure. Kick it out of bounds, looking ahead for Diaz. Diaz will sit down as Fry comes back in.
Yeah, it's good to see Coach Collins putting some subs in here because Bryan is starting to look a little tired, I think. And I don't say that to blame them. They've been defending hard now for 25 minutes, and that's tiring.
Yep, it is.
We're looking for the right spot to throw from there. Nice block.
Yeah, good boom there. Liberty-Benton takes it right back. It's 4 shots on goal, for the Eagles. Bears just 2 shots on goal.
A rare miscommunication by LB there.
They'll get the throw in, though, down here.
Some good footwork on the wing there. Dom comes in strong with the save.
Bears trying to make a run here.
Nice overlap and got the pass out to him. And they're going to win that throw in, I'm pretty sure. Yes, they do.
We'll get it to Fry back there and goes out of bounds. You can see the difference. A lot of teams with the goal kick try to boom it down, and Liberty-Benton has finessed it so they can start an attack.
That was a brilliant run down the right-hand side there. And that was just a little deep, and Dom is ready to come out and get it.
They had numbers, 3 against 2. Not entirely sure that was an accurate call right there. I thought that went right off the feet of number 18. But he's down there and I'm not.
Well, and I will tell you one of the things that they tell you when you referee is that more than 50% of all free throws are turned over within 3 touches. So just get the ball back in play.
Bears have a chance here.
And it's in. Goal for Bryan.
Look at that.
And that was just some good determination there to stick with the play.
See who that is.
Puts the ball in a tough spot.
Is that Fry again?
And just the composure as the keeper is coming out to keep that ball on the ground and into the net. Well done, Bryan.
I think that was Fry, but I'm not entirely sure.
The Bryan goal comes at 13:15 in the first half.
I'm pretty sure that was Fry.
Just had one of the referees run over to the technical area. I'm not sure what he was dropping off there, but he's right back out to his position. A little unusual, but that was the big thing that we needed. We needed a goal before halftime. And so we're moving in the right direction, doing good things, keep doing good things.
Knocked out of bounds. And I forgot to start the clock. Oops.
I can assure you this never happened to me while I'm refereeing.
Yeah, there's a little differential there, about 20 seconds. My fault. Redondo again. The cross.
Oh, that was a nice run by LB there. And even better defense to hassle him without fouling him.
Yeah. So Malanga will have the goal kick here. And they just keep coming. You're right. It just feels like there's way more kids out there wearing black than white.
doesn't happen too often when they sneak an extra one out, but it's happened a time or two.
Arredondo again.
That's going to go out for a goal kick.
Yep.
So far, the reaction to giving up the goal by LB has been good, but they're not that used to giving up goals.
Nope, they're not. Fry doing a good job of sticking with it. And again, LB just steps in front of the clearance. Bears will put one up in the air.
That was an anywhere but here clearance right there.
LB just able to take it off the feet of the Golden Bears. Good job by Sleesman. Take that extra kick. He didn't have a good angle on the first one. Well, that played all the way to the line, didn't it?
It sure did.
It looked like they were almost on the track.
It's a little hard to see that black line over there from here, but that's why they put the assistant referee right on it.
That's right. That'll be a goal kick.
Well, the goal kick for Bryan.
And now if you're Bryan, you are thinking about, can we get that second goal before halftime? We still have 10 minutes, which is plenty of time to play. We've gone, I didn't write down what the time of that second goal was by LB, but it's been quite some time now. So we've settled in to the game.
24-6 was the third goal by LB.
Or third goal, excuse me, yeah.
Another run there.
Oh, nice defensive tackle right there.
Fire up, and that'll go over.
3 points on Friday, none tonight.
None tonight.
Well, the goal kick, Liberty-Benton.
And I assure you that is a joke that is told at every soccer game I've ever refereed.
Yep, every single one.
Jenkins, you take it.
Jenkins to kick the corner, or kick the goal kick rather. And
That's a couple of real short ones they've done, yeah.
And they just do a good job of finding the wings. That's their offense, is find the wing.
And I wonder if that'll be a point of emphasis from Coach Collins at halftime to force them into the middle. All of the good things that have happened for LB have come from the wings. Yep. And so, try something different, keep them in the middle.
Bears make a little bit of run, but it's basically 1-on-4. Bears will try to get somebody up now. Welling will give it to Mufeld in the middle. Gets dispossessed, and I think that's a foul, which I thought that was.
That felt a little soft to me. I mean, he did step on his heel and he did go down, and so sometimes it's just technically that's a foul and you're going to get it. I was a little surprised that he waited that long to make the call since there were no Bryan players in the area, but at the end of the day, don't complain when you get the ball.
Yep. Loose. Oh. Bears got to settle it here.
That was a nice cross right there.
Oh, wide. And good clearance there.
LB will be glad for that to go anywhere but in the penalty area there.
Tucker Miller will throw it in. And
we're going to win that again. I think that's a good call there. Substitutes coming in. Yeah, when that ball is bouncing around like a pinball machine in that penalty area, the anxiousness of that defense just rises and rises until they finally just will put a foot through it and send it anywhere.
Well, and Neese, I mean, he whiffed. The first one he kicked, it didn't go as far as he thought it might. And then the second one is where he really cleared it. So persistence was key right there.
It looks like Bryan is happy to try to keep this ball contained down here right now. But the accuracy of those long passes by LB is causing us a little trouble. But good interception by Bryan there.
Sleesman will fire it up. Looking for Burton. And
would have been better to make a shorter pass right there.
Yep. Good clearance there by Luce. I was going to say, he was a good 10 yards up from where that ball went out, I thought.
And we'll give you about 5 without complaining too much. But
it is hard to see when it goes like that. Move there by Nealis. Bears will get it, though.
And a lot of players will just keep moving up that line until the referee complains, right? Like, take every yard you can get.
That's right. Neufeld will come in, and they're going to call a foul. Who's that going to be on?
Well, that was on Neufeld there. He kind of got him in the back of the ankle a little bit. It was one of those where 21 is turning a little unexpectedly. Hunter's not expecting it, and so he leaves his foot in. No intent there, just careless is the word in the rules.
So Nealis will give it a fire, and nice job there by Max Burton to take that away.
And a good first touch to just control the ball there.
And kick it in the middle. We didn't have anybody there. Nealis again making a run.
And that is offside, and it's a good thing it was because that was going to be trouble.
Yep.
Dom did look to have it covered off, but if he'd had to dive in for that, anything can happen.
Yep, exactly. Approaching the 5-minute mark here.
Don Malanga will take the indirect kick from Bryan.
The nice part about being on a football field is it's pretty easy to see where it was with the hash marks.
And especially when we're working the 2-man, we love being on the football field because it just makes calling offside that much easier.
Yep, absolutely. Nice turn there on the left
and a good
wing.
give and go.
Get it in the middle with Neufeld. Neufeld will go over to Tucker Miller. A little feed up to Burton. Burton look for Kennedy.
Oh, almost kept it in. Oh, must have gone off of the LB as it was kicked around there because they're going to let Bryan take that throw. A quick sub for Bryan.
Eric Koenig into the game. LB just took that right off the foot of Hunter Neufeld. But he comes back. Way to stay persistent there.
Is it one of the great things about Hunter Neufeld is he almost always gets the ball back when he turns it over.
Yep, exactly. Nealis will fire one up.
Oh, that was a nice run by LB there. And just brave defending by Don Malanga.
Same made by Malanga.
His kick goes high up in the air. Nealis
see, that's going to be a foul there against LB. You've got to go straight up. And that's what a lot of people miss. He jumped from about 2 yards away into Bryan. And good job by the referee to make that call.
Yep. Bears moving it up. I think that's Altaffer on the sideline there. Need to bring my binoculars. It's a long way from the field.
Particularly when you're used to standing on it.
Right, exactly. LB just takes it off the foot. Nice job there by Neufeld to steal that away. Into the middle for Welling. Welling will feed ahead. And dispossessing is LB.
About 2.5 minutes left here. The key is get into halftime with at least this score.
Yeah. They'll play it back. Bears don't attempt really any pressure. Now they'll bring some token up.
And that's that mindset of we don't want to over pursue because we don't want to get beat on a counterattack with 2 minutes left in the half.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left in the half.
They don't count for anything more on the scoreboard, but those goals in the last couple minutes of a half can just, from a momentum standpoint, be huge.
Bears looking to press up. They do get it up in the midfield. Now back, they'll play it back. Nice has it.
And just too long for the winger over there, who again was just kind of hiding out against the touchline. And we've seen that a couple of times.
A turnover for the Bears.
The referee sets a screen for Bryan there.
Absolutely. Niesel.
Now, at the end of the day, that's a really good header. I know that can feel like, oh, that got misplayed and it led to a corner. But if he doesn't put a head on that, bad things happen.
Second corner kick of the afternoon, the evening for LB.
Corner kick, Liberty-Benton.
And they play it short, and Bryan is right on top of it. They give up another corner there, I do believe, yes.
Corner kick, Liberty-Benton.
And Bryan would be happy for them to take their time here with 21 seconds
they don't
left to go in the
appear to be
half.
in much hurry. This one they do. Cross.
To the nice header to clear that off of the back
10,
post.
9,
There really
8,
isn't enough time for us to
7,
get down the field
6,
here. We just don't want to give up a goal.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And we've seen it out successfully.
Score at the end of 40. Liberty-Benton 3. Bryan
So 3-1 at the end of the first half. We're going to take this timeout, come back and talk more about this after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we understand that family is at the heart of everything we do.
Being family-owned and family-focused is not just a slogan for us, it's a way of life. We walk alongside you during life's most challenging moments, providing a guiding hand and a shoulder to lean on.
With heartfelt care and attention to detail, we tailor each service to honor the life and the memories of your loved one. We treat you like family because your journey is our journey.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, 3-1 in favor of Liberty-Benton here at halftime. And, wow. It was 3 quick goals, scored at 38-19, 34-33, and then 24-06. The Bears got one of their own at 13-15 by Elijah Fry. So thoughts initially here?
Not quite the worst case scenario, but fairly close to it, really. The good news is that all three of those happened in the first 20 minutes of the half, and then Bryan settled down and really played good defense for the rest of the half, and it's going to be maintaining that defense and finding a way to score a couple more goals. And I think the biggest thing that Bryan needs to improve on right now is their first touch.
Yep.
Liberty-Benton is just so fast. We don't have time to take 2 touches a lot of the time.
So your first touch has to be a good one.
Exactly.
Well, we do want to let you know the main stop scoreboard shows 3-1. Main stop, so when you need them, you're always near Main Stop with Thirsty Thursday every Thursday at the main stops of Northwest Ohio. And if you're Coach Collins, what are you saying over there? I mean, you got to be happy with the effort after the goals were scored.
As strange as it may seem, my first message to him is good job, right? Like we took a couple of gut shots to open up the game, but then we responded, we shut them down, and we started playing more of our game. And so it's figuring out how to play our game effectively in the second half while still keeping them shut down. That's what we've got to find a way to do.
All right, so let's get some quick stats. Bryan with 3 shots on goal, 1 corner kick. Liberty-Benton had 7 shots on goal and 3 corner kicks. Of course, that number inflated just a little bit because there were 2 right before the half there. And again, goals coming at 38-19 by Silas Arredondo, and then at 34-33 by Garrett Nealis, and then at 24-06 by Dorian Bickert. And the Bryan goal again came at 13-15 by, we believe, Elijah Fry. All right, going to take this timeout. When we come back, we will talk about some more halftime adjustments and let you in on what the rest of the week holds for the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. So if you want to talk to your kids, you got to get it trending. I was just trying to get your attention.
Could I just ask?
Visit talkaboutVaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Here at the Williams County Veterans Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veterans Service Office.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
I'm Tom Turnbull of Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused, celebrating our 100th anniversary, 2022.
It's great working with family. The relationship we have with one another allows us to focus on your family and help guide you through the planning process.
We focus in on your family's needs to make sure that everything is done the way that you and your family want.
Right now, our family wants a Golden Bear victory.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, today's game being brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, and Veterans Services of Williams County. Also want to thank Welling Construction, our replay sponsor. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact them at 419-636-3712. Well, 3-1 Liberty-Benton here. Liberty-Benton got on the board first, just about a minute and 41 seconds into the game with a goal scored by Silas Arredondo, and it kind of went downhill there, and then the Bears tightened things up a little bit, got a goal of their own at 13-15 left in the half there, and we stand at 3-1. Let's talk about some stuff upcoming. We've got our last football game of the year coming up tomorrow. It'll be at Archbold. The Bears facing the Blue Streaks. That'll be a 7 o'clock game. You can listen on Q96.5. Your watch here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. And then Sunday, we've got the Sounds of the Stadium concert happening in the BHS gym. The marching band will do their annual wrap-up concert. It has music from all sorts of the shows that they've done this year, and love the band concert, love the band stuff, and that's happening on Sunday at 2 p.m. in the BHS gym. Should the Bears pull one out here, they would play again on Wednesday, and I'm not sure where that would be. But that would be another game on the Golden Bears Sports Network. But as it stands, if this holds up and then the football team loses tomorrow night, well, either win or lose for the football team, that'll be the last broadcast tomorrow night assuming this stands up.
Yeah, and even if we don't go on to win this game, I think we can look back at what has been a fairly successful fall sports season
absolutely.
For Bryan High School. We've had a lot of good things happen this year.
Yeah, absolutely have. And, this team is, in particular, has steadily improved every year. And, for these seniors, obviously it stings to kind of go out of your last game, but it's eventually going to happen. Remember, there's only one team in the state in each division that doesn't end their season with a loss, right?
That's correct. And it's something that, and I even know they remind us as referees when we talk about into the game and tournament time. They say there are people at every tournament game that you do that will never get to play for their school again. And just to understand what that emotion is for these kids. Yeah. And, as we're waiting to come back, let's take a look at that list of seniors, for the Golden Bears. Goalie Don Malanga, Mason Welling, a senior, Hunter Mufeld, a senior, Elijah Fry, a senior, Logan Smith. Logan Smith got injured early on, hasn't played much all year. I know he played on senior night for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, but that kid shows up at practices, shows up at games, the biggest cheerleader you'll find on the bench, and Caden Oberlin, the other senior. And so, those kids have all been playing. And the thing that most people don't realize is, Coach Collins coached these kids in 6th grade too. And even though this is his 6th season, those kids that the Bears had in 7th and 8th grade, they also, had Coach Collins as a mentor there. He coached them in 5th and 6th grade. And, so it's been this whole Luke's entire tenure at Bryan has been with these kids. And so it's going to be kind of weird for both players and Luke to not have these kids. Yeah, and it is really obvious if you spend any time around this program how much respect the players have for Coach Collins. Yeah. It just goes to show you how he coaches the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. And, a kid that's an alum of the program, I think he graduated in 2011 and 2012. His dad was the coach for a long time. I mean, I still every year on my Facebook, it pops up with me interviewing his dad. And I measure how old I'm getting by that. So.
And I've always been a fan of both Martin and Luke. I love the way they coach. I love the way they lead the team. They're a couple of great guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the Lady Bears expected to just kind of be a rebuilding year. And, they had some success this year, won the tournament game. And, as you said, a good fall season all around. Sent a girl to tennis state. I think the first 5 minutes of this half are going to be really critical to see where we're at.
Yeah, and particularly to come out and to pick up where we left off. It's like the first 5 minutes of the first half. It's really easy to give up a goal if you aren't locked in.
Yep. The other thing that Liberty-Benton does really, really well is they act like they're going to kick it really far, and so the kids react, and then it's a short kick, or vice versa. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it's about getting that defender to commit before you commit to your pass.
Yep. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be a Eagle throw in. Play it back to the side. That should, no, they're going to say LB throw in.
Little surprised that we didn't get a foul there. Kind of wrapped his leg around our leg and took us a little off balance.
And as the sun goes down and we're relying on the stadium lights, it's going to be even harder to get kids' numbers.
Yeah, the lights here are a little older, not the nice LEDs of Bryan Golden Bears Stadium.
Goes out of bounds.
It's going to be an LB throw in there.
Seeing some additional players. Bryce Welling is in now. Eagles just content to move it around.
We'll have to watch a little bit more. We may have switched back to our more traditional 4-3-3 here.
It's a through ball. Nice back kick, but it might just turn into an assist.
Oh, good block there.
Oh, nice move. Who was that?
I don't know.
I think that was Nolan Sleesman. I'm going by shoes. I found that I have to see colors of shoes, and if those were pink shoes, that was Nolan Sleesman.
He paid the price, and we're going to call the trainer on to.
Did they stop the
have
clock?
him? That he has called for the clock to be stopped, and we're going to take a moment and make sure that Noah can still count to 10. And eyes aren't crossed. When you take a shot like that from that close of a distance, it is a shock to the system no matter where it hits. And they're taking a minute to assess him, but he's going to have to leave the field since the trainer was called on. And I think that's what the referee is telling him. Go ahead and check him out on the sideline.
So
we'd like to keep going.
Roll somebody else in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yep,
6,
here comes
7,
the
8,
sub
9.
from the bench here.
Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do we have 11 out there? There it is.
Yeah,
somebody was in the goal hiding.
Now the old refereeing trick, Chris, is you count by twos.
Okay.
And it goes a lot better.
So what do we do?
So we've got a corner restart here because we blasted the ball off of Sleesman out across the goal line. So they're going to take a corner kick to restart here. And we're just about ready to go. And here's the whistle. It's on the near post. Good save by Dom coming in and punching that ball away from the LB player on the front post. And I'll say it so you don't have to, Chris. It just is a real benefit to this team to have such an intelligent goalkeeper in that goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, we got to settle down a little bit. It's okay to play with some emotion, but you've got to keep it in check, and that was not in check at that point.
All right, so Liberty-Benton will.
That said, not a bad place necessarily to give up that foul.
And it goes wide.
Oh, but it was offside to begin with.
So that'll just be another goal kick if they play it the same way they did before.
It looks like they're actually going to take the offside this time. And that lets us take the kick from about 12 yards further up. But Dom wants to take it from his penalty area anyway, or excuse me, goal area anyways, because that's where he's comfortable.
Nice little feed up. Oh, real quick back.
And that's wasteful by LB, which is unusual. They have not been wasteful tonight.
Down Malanga against the stop.
It will be interesting. We are starting to see a little bit more aggressiveness in these tackles now. And whether that continues, whether the referees are going to let it continue, that could really change the face of this game as we go along.
Absolutely. Burton plays it through the midfield. Then he'll cross. Feed it to Kennedy.
It's a good job dribbling through that tackle there. Yeah, he's not going to get that. LB sticks his foot out a little bit, but then you out there.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to get that foul.
Yep.
And a lot of people think that foul's not coming because that whistle is 2 or 3 seconds after it happens. But the referee's just looking to see, is that ball going to go to Bryan? Is Bryan going to break away? Because we want that to happen instead of a kick from our own 20-yard line.
Yep. Dom will feed it up, and bad turn there by LB's defense, and it got out of bounds.
And we're going to wait for people to come up a little bit more. We play it back to the thrower there.
Nice job by the Bears to move it through the midfield there, actually through the defense. Go completely across field. Now they'll go right back to Altaffer on the left side. Altaffer will go down to Burton. Burton has Altaffer on his right. Burton will go left, though. 2 in pursuit. LB able to clear it.
And that was a nice cross, even though it got cut out on the floor, hit hard. That's puts LB's defense in a difficult position.
Yep. Stolen away. Amazing to me, with 2 guys around him, LB's just carrying it. Ooh, another swing.
Oh, yep, we're going to get that called there. And at this point, you've got to think the referee is starting to think about some cautions for some of these, because that was very tactical in nature right there.
Let's see who they're going to let take this. Usually that's Carter Luce, but Luce is pushed all the way up, and I think Mason Welling's in the middle there to take it. I kind of like this. That's 6 people up front. Welling will fire, a bunch of runners coming away.
Oh, just couldn't quite get to that bouncing ball.
I like that look, though. That was a good look.
Yeah, that was a good set play.
You're going to get a whistle there on Mufeld.
Yeah, a little unlucky there. Not exactly even sure how he ends up getting tripped there, but he does get tripped, and we're getting that call, so they get that call as well.
Just a simple pass. They're not trying to kill it ahead. Right to the feet like that. Now Bears will be moving down. Really important, especially on the turf, that you're playing it to the feet.
It is. And a lot of times we like to pass into space, but with as fast as the ball moves on turf, passing into space can send it way into space, and playing to feet sends it where playing into space normally sends it.
Nice job there by, I think that was Eric Koenig. Disrupt that. I think we're getting some subs in. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, it looks like we did.
Stolen away.
Yeah, we tried to take on everybody by ourselves there, and wasn't as successful as we were hoping. We managed to pull in the foul there. I tell you what, the foul selection by the center referee has been really good today.
Yep.
I'm not sure everybody in the stands agrees, given the shouts, but you know, as we dwindle in number of teams and we see the teams improve, and that's trouble, as they can't quite get a hold of the ball at first. We see better teams. We also see better referees, because we don't need as many, because we don't have as many teams playing, and so the quality of refereeing goes up quickly, just like the quality of the teams that are playing.
And the referees get graded or selected based on grades through the season. Is that correct?
That's what they tell me.
Okay.
There's been a lot of changes in how OHSA has dealt with that, and so it's always a work in process. But they do get input on the referees from athletic directors and coaches, and you know, the attempt is to put the people who are doing a good job out there on the big games.
In the corner here, kicked out by the Bears.
We got some subs coming, just because they're disrupting the attacking play by Bryan.
27 minutes left. They'll play it back to the keeper. Bears will give chase, though. I even see the guy he was passing to out there. He's a shadow on the sideline. That's what makes it tough with the black jerseys, is it gets darker against that track background.
Yeah, and I don't think it's as tough for Bryan, because they're not looking into the track the way we are from this angle. They've got kind of a blue background against the fence that they're looking into, but yeah, they are kind of blending into the night. And they're going to give a corner kick on that. I think Bryan thought that they had escorted it out, but there was a touch by Bryan there somewhere.
It's the second corner kick of the half for LB and the 5th one overall.
And it's short again.
Cross.
That was a dangerous cross through the goal area, but it goes through untouched.
I think that the tactic that they're trying to do is they're trying to play. The first guy looks like he's going to take the corner kick, and then he runs out. The other one comes back and plays it to him on the wing, trying to get it.
Yeah, and it's really just like trying to shorten the distance of the corner kick by about 10 yards, right? Because you end up taking that cross from the edge of the penalty area instead of the corner arc, and it just brings everything in tighter.
Nice job by the Bears defense to get that one out. Stolen away.
That was firm, but he is going to give a foul. I was going to say, that's one of the ones where Bryan turns their back really late and ends up getting shouldered in the back, but that wasn't what the opponent was trying. But we win the foul anyways.
Out of bounds, Bears throw in. Bears just keep feeding it up. LB keeps stepping in front of it. And this could be trouble. Bears able to handle it. Now it comes down to speed.
So we've kind of settled into a stalemate here, which isn't terrible, but we're down by 2 goals.
Yeah.
And so we've got to turn stalemates into offensive chances.
Yeah. Play your defense as you have to, but.
And this is where we have to start making trade-offs, because when you go forward, you can't defend as well. But, if we don't score at least 2 goals in the next 25 minutes, we're going home for the season.
Right. LB will play it back. Bears will come up on it, though. That'll be out, and the Bears will get a throw-in down there. And I bet they're wishing they didn't have a sub right now.
I tell you, that is the coach's curse. They always put somebody up there, and when you're ready to take the quick throw in, the referee's on that whistle. He won't let you go because coach put a sub up.
Throw it in. Burton will have it right at the line. Stolen away by LB. Bears still around it, though. Now Caden Oberlin will come in and tap it back to the Bears. Welling will try to go to the right side. Give it to Sleesman. Sleesman will fire it down to the middle.
Oh, we slipped a little. Yep. It must be getting dewy down on that turf.
Right position there. Sleesman will kick it out of bounds. LB will get a throw in on that side.
Yeah, and that was good pressure on that run by LB. He wasn't even necessarily trying to get to the ball. He was just making Bryan have to make a choice on what they were going to do there.
Cross saved by Malanga.
Safe hands by Malanga.
Malanga with a stop.
Second shot on goal of the half.
Oh, and we slip again. And that would have been a really good release, but we lose our footing. And that, I think, is what we need to start seeing out of Bryan. With 23 minutes left, down 2 goals, we need to start seeing a little bit of urgency to score.
Yeah.
That's a nice header there. Good save by Malanga.
Ooh. That was beautiful.
Yeah, nice plays by both teams in that sequence.
Eagles will have a corner kick. 6th of the game. Let's see if they fire this one in or if they go short again.
Yeah, nobody's there to help them out.
They got a guy coming over to the wing. It's just a distraction.
Yeah, served into the near post, but nobody made that near post run.
Eagles trying to control on the sideline. And that will go wide. Malanga will tip it away.
And a good job by the defense to get that back out. And then he just sends it wide left, firing back in.
Approaching the midway point of the half, and as you've said, down 2 goals. Bears have to have some urgency on the offensive end. Uh-oh. This could be trouble. And that'll be a goal kick as it goes wide. Anytime Nealis has his foot on the ball in front of the goal, you start to worry.
Yeah, the heart goes into the throat.
Yeah,
You're just waiting to see what happens at that point.
Max Burton is all the way back. Bears will need to push up.
And LB's leaving a sweeper back, but just the one. They've got 9 players almost inside the 40-yard line keeping this ball hemmed in down here on Bryan's half. It's not even necessarily that they're looking to score. They're just looking to keep Bryan under pressure.
Bears will try to make a run on the defense here. This is where you got to pressure. Bears
good job there.
One.
And now we got to get up and support this. Firm but fair tackle there.
Not that one.
Yeah, the second one was a little bit more questionable.
I think we might. Did we get a stop there?
I did not
We got to
see
stop.
it, but yeah, the game clock is stopped here. So there's going to be at least a little talking to, but it doesn't look like we're going to produce a card at this point.
Who is he talking to?
This point appears to be a captain from Liberty-Benton. You know, and that's one of the things, you know, as a referee, you stop the clock, take your time, make sure everybody's on the same page and understands what your expectations of them is going forward.
Well, the way Liberty-Benton's lining up, and now the goalie will come over and have a discussion. He wants an explanation.
Yeah, now we're going to confer. And this is a good job by the referees. Get together, talk it over, make sure that you're on the same page with each other. And the third referee is over there as well, which is very interesting because there's very little you can see from all the way on the other side of the field.
They are going to give a yellow, it looks like.
I mean, that was shown in the direction of the bench. And is that a card?
There's
is that a red
That's
card?
a red.
They are sending number 7 for Liberty-Benton off.
Nice is off with a red card. And
that's huge for 2 reasons. I mean, one, they're going to play down for 10, but if they do go on to win this, he is going to be suspended for the next 2 tournament games.
And they're still discussing, and he's finally sending them back.
And so I'm going to guess that must have gone to the head of the Bryan player. That is probably where that red card is coming from.
And number 17 for them.
He's in danger of getting caution there too.
Trevor Ferris is still arguing with the official.
He told him we were done discussing it, and he was having a hard time taking that hint.
All right, so let's see what happens here. Official's still talking.
And this is important because right now they're making sure that they have the same numbers written down, that they know who has the cards.
To send it into.
Because what you don't want to have happen is what happened to Graham Paul many years ago, where you end up giving 3 yellow cards to somebody before you give them the red card for the second yellow. So you want to make sure everybody on the refereeing crew knows who has the cards, know why they have the cards, so that you don't miss something going forward in the rest of this game.
Did they also show a yellow to the bench, you believe?
There was a yellow shown towards the bench rather than towards a player. Who that went to, I'm not exactly sure.
And now it looks like they might be coming over to give an explanation to the Liberty-Benton coach.
Yeah, and that is a requirement under high school rules that you give an explanation for each card to the coaches. And that doesn't always go well from the referee's point of view. It depends a lot on who that coach is and how well they handle their emotions.
Yeah. Coach Troyer's been doing this 9 years. He also
Yeah,
coaches club.
And
so-
you can see the referees demonstrating like a closed fist strike or maybe an open fist strike, but that's clearly what he's seen that he was not happy with.
Went in his pocket again. I thought maybe he was going to get a yellow. And a yellow to the coach.
And a yellow to the coach. Yeah, you know, he must have said some of the magic words as he was walking away. Many coaches think if you're walking away, you can say what you want. It doesn't actually work out that way.
He just. This is interesting.
And so this really changes the dynamic of the game now. We've got 20 minutes to play, and Liberty-Benton is going to be playing down one man. And, you know, we talked about how it seemed like they had, you know, more people out there than us, but now they're going to have less. And so that should create some space for us to exploit, give us more time on the ball, and this could be a really big game-changing moment.
Yeah. So the final tally, I believe, was a card to the bench, a yellow card to the coach, and a red card to
number 7,
Will Neese.
Yeah, and it's dark in this press box, so we're having a little hard time reading our rosters here. And again, not exactly sure even which bench that first yellow card went to. It was shown in the direction of both benches, and so we're just really not sure where that went. And unfortunately, we don't mic up soccer referees like we do football referees. So
where does that kick then come from? Oh, it's going to be on the sideline there.
Yeah, so it's about the football sideline, which is about 10 yards in, which is where the original foul was. All of those cards don't change that foul restart. The end of the back post a little tall, and we're going to chase it down, and they're going to say throw for LB. Down by the corner flag, he's going to say. Yep, make the throw, but make it from down there. Oh, and we found the light switch.
Nice job, Nate. Thank you.
Thank you, Nate.
And the lights in here are nice because they don't reflect too badly off of the glass. You can still see when the lights are on.
So now Brian's going to try to keep this hemmed in here. And that's going to go out for a Bryan throw.
And, you know, number 17, Trevor Ferris, again spoke to the official after that. You got to wonder at one point he might be given a yellow.
And presumably he's a captain, and you give a little bit more leeway to those captains because they are the team's representative. And at the end of the day, now that was firm, and he is going to give the foul there.
Yep.
And this is reaching a potential boiling point at this point, because Liberty-Benton is frustrated, and we talked about that a little bit about 10 minutes into this half. We started to notice it picking up. It's unusual for the team in the lead to be the ones that are losing control of their emotions, but that's what's happening here.
And what's really surprising to me is how getting the card kind of riled up the fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it always does. And it doesn't matter who you give it to. It riles up both teams.
Yep. Comes inside. And
it's just a little long, straight to the keeper there in good hands.
First shot of the half for the Bears. Benton players seemed like they were that frustrated about that. So
one of the dirty little secrets of soccer is a lot of times the team that looks like they want it the most is the one that gets it, right?
Yeah.
Like whenever that ball goes out of bounds, act like it's your ball.
Yep.
And you may just convince that referee.
Until you're told otherwise, right? Oh, nice little back pass there by Burton, and just outside of the Bryan player.
Just about charged that down there.
Yep. Right in the corner. That'll be a
can't quite get to it. And Chris, I don't think the ball's gone back across midfield since the cards were given.
Nope. You'll probably see that change right here. Though if he throws it back, who knows? Trying to come up that sideline.
And that may be, Liberty-Benton may not make a big push to score the rest of this game. You know, why overextend yourself when you're down a man?
Just play defense. And Bears needed a runner right there, didn't get it, but nice job there by being persistent.
I tripped over the ball a little bit right there. And that's what you're going to see. The odd man rush leaves us flat-footed, and this is a tough situation. Nice save by Dom. I tell you what, Dom in those one-on-one situations just comes up gold.
Yep.
Nicely done by Bryan there.
All he did was stand there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what Liberty-Benton is going to try to take their time. They're going to try to kill this clock any which way they can.
Going to get subs coming in, or a sub coming in. You know, as the dad of a goalie, you don't want any of those one-on-one opportunities. But talking to Dom after that Delta game, he was really confident that if it went into PKs that the Bears are going to win.
Yeah, and good for him. That's the kind of confidence you have to have as a goalkeeper. Penalty kicks to settle a soccer game is the worst way to do it, except we haven't figured out any other way.
Well, you give another 30 minutes, and the Bears just made a mistake right there by letting that one go out. And, again, it's just the turf. It's something that looks like it's going to stop won't ever stop. Out of bounds, Bears throwing as we're under 15 to play now.
Yeah, and they have now finally worked the ball back onto the Bryan side of the field, and so Bryan needs to put the work in and get that ball back down into our offensive end.
Lewis will fire it up there, and we'll get right back. Nice job by Mufeld to take that through the midfield.
And the benefit here is that we're playing against a team that's down one man, but we still need 2 goals in 14 minutes.
Yep. Out of bounds. That seemed almost unnecessary. Probably going to go out of bounds. Eagles just helped that along.
But, you know, again, that's that time wasting. Any way you can. A throw in takes time. I also would not be surprised to see for the next 8 minutes there always be a substitute for LB standing at the halfway line. Just because, again, you're going to eat about 20 seconds off that clock every time you sub. You're just looking for any way to make that clock run.
Is there a point at which you, as an official, stop the clock on a substitution? Or no?
So by rule, in the last 5 minutes of the game, the clock stops if the winning team is subbing.
Okay.
And that's – even if both teams are subbing, then the winning team is subbing. So the clock does start stopping in that last 5 minutes. But that's why with 13 minutes to go, certainly if I was LB's coach, I would have a sub up there all the time.
Bears with just their 5th shot on goal. Is that clock stoppage rule for all games or just playoff games?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's all season. You don't see it often because the winning team usually just stops subbing. Right, because you don't want to stop the clock if you don't have to when you're in the lead, and so you only sub if you really need to.
Another shot on goal, another save. 10 saves from Malanga.
And so you start wondering now, when is Coach Collins just going to let go of the reins and just send everybody forward? It's dangerous because you end up with like those one-on-one chances like we just saw a little bit ago. But again, and this is trouble, and Dom again just excelling in that one-on-one situation. That's the danger of attacking, over-attacking, is you give up those opportunities. But if you don't, you go home and start thinking about next season.
And if you're one of the 6 seniors, there is no next season. So 11 and a half to go now.
Yeah, and you can tell the sub is trotting off a little slower than normal. And the referee can, if he feels like too much time is being wasted, he has an option of stopping the clock anytime he feels that's happening. As long as there's a jog, usually you're not going to see that.
Yep.
And this is the real dilemma for Bryan, because even down a man, you still have 3 really dynamic players at the top for Liberty-Benton.
It was your center back that is out, your defensive center back.
Oh, that was a nice pass. We just can't quite get to the end of it. And we don't quite win a corner there, but that was really well done by Bryan there.
LB will throw it in. Nice tackle by Bryan to take it. And now a booming kick up for the Eagles.
And that's where we've got to kick with purpose at this point. We can't waste those clearances just to nowhere.
Yep.
Well, that's unlucky.
And that'll be another goal. Just rough right there.
Yeah, I'm not exactly even sure how that managed to dribble past them there. The clearance right back into LB, puts it in a bad place. And we've got pressure on it, but it just bounces right up for LB, and he's able to get a foot on it and put it in the back of the net. And that's really a disaster for Bryan at this point.
That might be Aiden Hatch that put that in, I think.
And so we were talking before, when do the reins come off? The reins come off now.
Yeah.
3 goals with 9.5 left to go. We have to score some goals.
Yep. The Bears are moving quickly now down the sideline.
That should go out for a Bryan throw, I believe, and yes, it will. And that's the nice thing about tournament games is there is ball boys.
Yeah.
Just right there, ready to go, and we get those balls back in play. I think we're a little lucky Bryan doesn't get called for a foul there, which would have eaten a lot of time, actually.
Yep.
And I think you're going to see Liberty-Benton maybe just start chucking the ball down the field a little bit, which is not something they've done all game. But they're just in a time-wasting mood now. We get a foul called for Bryan. We just kind of ran over the back of him here at midfield. Which is not a bad place for us to get a kick, but we don't want to spend a lot of time taking it.
So that was Troyer that had the goal. Correction there. Boom down.
And that was a nice play down to the wing. Can't quite get it back across the face of the goal.
Under 8 minutes to play now.
And you'll probably only see 1 or 2 more subs by LB here now because they are not going to want to see that clock stop for any reason.
They may have just gotten told to move quicker. He walked passed by the official, and all of a sudden he picked it up a little bit.
Yeah. And that's the run, son, or you're getting a yellow card warning is what that is.
Bears still with a man down, or being man up, getting dispossessed pretty easily.
Yeah, whereas before it felt like they had more than us, now it feels evenly matched, but it's still not the advantage you normally feel like you get from being up a man.
Big cross. That'll be
Out
a
for the
goal kick.
Shot's going to go wide right. We'll have a Bryan goal kick.
You'd like to see Bryan getting up. I mean, we're walking upfield right here.
Yeah.
It's the end of the game. We're tired, and that's not where we need to be if we're
Right.
going to get 3 goals in 7 minutes.
Yep, for sure.
And I want to say, I mean, it is understandable. I mean, we had a double overtime game.
We just had a sub, too, though. I think LB just had a sub, which is why
they did. You know, we're going to have tired legs. Here at the end of the game, we just played a double overtime game 3 days ago. It's hard to play soccer 2 games in 3 days, especially when one of them is overtime.
Yep.
And especially against a team that's made you run like Liberty-Benton has.
Bears throw in. Header, ping
diving
pong.
header. That's the second diving header in 2 games I've seen, and that's 2 diving headers I've seen all season. I don't know where they're coming from all of a sudden, but here they are. The referee's not buying that there. The fans are questioning the evenness of those calls, but it seemed okay to me.
Yeah.
It's out for a Bryan throw, and we got tangled up down here. It's not a foul or anything, and they're taking a moment to get back up.
Haven't stopped the clock, though. Now did they stop it? Yes.
Yeah, signal for a stop clock there. Not sure what we're checking on. Oh, we are. Is that a sub coming on? It is. So they must have decided that he was injured, and they've stopped the clock to bring that sub on.
Shot. Well saved.
Save made by Ben Jenkins.
And he does the traditional waste time as a goalie, even though you don't need
Yeah.
to drop to it.
It's amazing how
drop
a
to
soft shot requires you to drop to the ground in order to save it. But
you do when it's time. They're trying to waste some time. This is something that I've heard about for many, many years. That we do too. So, you know.
Every goalkeeper who has heard of soccer does it. And the very loose 6 seconds they have to put the ball back into play is one of the great tensions in the game of soccer.
That'll stay. No, it will not.
About 4 minutes to go here for Bryan, and time is running out quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bears need to get going. Uh-oh. It's going to get taken away. And then I don't know who that was. I don't know if that's Burton or what, but somebody just knocked it away. Fry will try to corral it.
It's a good job of bringing it down there, and a nice pass out to the wing. And we could use another couple guys up here, but he's going to get a corner kick out of that, which we need to take quickly with 3.5 left to go here. Good job by the ball boys getting the ball ready to go there.
It'll be only the second corner kick of the evening for the Bears.
We'd really like to see a replay of that corner kick from the other night. LB gets to that one first, but we do a good job of getting to the ball on the way out, but we turn it over there. And that was firm, but it appears that he got the ball.
Yeah. And we have seen some slipping tonight where it's not, not anything intentional. LB is going to sub, so they do stop the clock there.
Yeah, should stop the clock, and it is stopped now with 2:52 on the official clock here.
Does it start on the throw-in?
Yeah, when the ball's back in play is when the clock should start. So right now, the clock starts running again. And that's just a good job by LB being firm in defense. And Bryan having to be aggressive, but trying not to foul at the same time.
Nolan Sleesman will dribble all the way up and gets taken down.
He pulls the foul, which is a nice job there, but we need to get that back in play quickly at this point.
Yep. They're back. They can go back. They're gonna Dom kick this.
Yeah, there's everybody in. You don't see a lot of kicks taken by the keeper in the other half, but this is one of them.
2 minutes left in the match.
And put in nicely.
And
then, it goes out for a goal kick, actually. But well served by Dom there. That was a good look. The minute 40 left to play.
Out of bounds.
When you talk about fastest goals scored from kickoffs, I mean 10, 15 seconds is all it takes to score from a kickoff sometimes. So it's not over yet, but we are running desperately short of time.
Liberty-Benton has a runner.
Yeah, difficult to actually defend this here, but he takes a shot from a long way away. His coach is not going to like that.
Shot goes over the top of goal. We'll have goal kick coming up for Bryan.
And we are about under 1 minute to play.
Well, Bryan doesn't win the foul there. I would have liked to have seen that. Not that it's going to make a ton of difference at this point in the game.
Yep. Nice move by Mufeld. Well, I have all but ensured that there will be another goal scored in this game because I just wrote down 4-1 as the final score.
Well, I tell you, Liberty-Benton has done a really good job after the red card of settling down. There was about a 3-minute period while they were letting their emotions get the better of them, but then they settled down and started playing their soccer again. And if you're Liberty-Benton's coach, you've got to be glad to see the boys put that emotion aside and see a game out.
6, 5, 4.
Well, that's going to do it. Liberty-Benton will win the district championship and will move on to the regionals. And they will move to 19-1 on the season. And the Bears will end the season with a record of 13-5-2.
And it's always sad for the season to end, but again, this was a really good season for Bryan. They played well in this game against, a team that has a legitimate chance of going very deep into this tournament.
Yep. The two goalkeepers embrace there at midfield. You always like to see that. Mutual respect there. It's a fraternity.
It really is. Nobody understands what it's like to be a keeper except for another keeper.
Yeah, absolutely. So the score finishes up 4-1. And we'll talk about these seniors as they're walking off the field for the last time. Senior Caden Oberlin, defenseman. Logan Smith, another senior. Elijah Fry, a striker. Hunter Mufeld, a midfielder. Mason Welling, midfielder. And the goalie, Dom Malanga. All these guys have given 4 years, and many of those guys 4-year starters, in fact.
And 4 great years. It's been good years for Bryan boys soccer.
Yeah, it really has. And so the Bears will finish things off with at 13-5-2. We're going to take this time out, and we will run our end of game break and post game break. Well, we'll run our end of game break and our post game 1 and 2 breaks together here as we'll head up. As the Bears will head over and cheer at the fans. Let's take this time out, come back with more after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030. The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, since 1922, we've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead. STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. The only limit is your imagination. Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, final score 4-1, Liberty-Benton over Bryan. And they're presenting the medals to all the teams.
Hunter Smith, Andrew Slagle.
Well, these are the non-starters, the kids that or the JV kids that are getting their stuff and
head coach of the Golden Bears, Luke Collins.
And Cole and Luke get their medals too. What a season!
Yeah, in as we were going to break there, Bryan comes over and claps the fans. And that's a tradition in soccer, and you like to see that.
Yep.
You're disappointed that you just lost, but you remember to say thank you to the people that are supporting you.
Yep.
It's nice to see that in Bryan soccer.
Dom and Mason Welling will have the trophy right around there, and all the seniors right up front. And, they had a heck of a season. Don't think they were expected to do that. And, Now we got some photos being taken, but this is a good season for these boys.
And remember the accomplishment. First time in 24 years to the district finals. You don't get it done, but you can always be proud of that. That's something the program's not accomplished in 24 years, and the division's changed some this year, but it's still district finals.
Yep. Let's grab a couple of stats here. Shots on goal. The Bears had a total of 6 shots on goal, 2 corner kicks. Liberty-Benton had 13 shots on goal and 6 corner kicks. Goals came at 38-19 of the first half by number 9, Arredondo, 34-33 by Garrett Nealis, and at 24-06 by Dorian Bickert. And then the Bears scored with 13:15 left, Elijah Fry. That was in the first half, so 3-1 your score at halftime. And then in the second half, that goal late, 9:27, scored by Tayden Troyer, the freshman. And, that was after Liberty-Benton was a man down.
Well, and that goal, though, also comes as Bryan is pressing to try to even up the score. I mean, and really, after that third goal was scored, Bryan played them to what really was a scoreless draw.
Yeah.
The late goal's the late goal, and it's going to happen when you're pushing for more. And that, I think, is really what Bryan can look back at this game and be proud of, is they settled down and they played one of the best teams in the state to a tireless draw for the rest of the match.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, today's game being brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, and Veterans Services of Williams County. And we also want to thank Main Stop. Open when you need them. You're always near a Main Stop with Thirsty Thursday every Thursday, and Welling Construction sponsoring our replays. Our next game is tomorrow, October 25th, as the football team faces the Archbold Blue Streaks on the road. I'll have that one for you along with Dave Brobston pregame about 6:35 from Archbold. Well, we want to thank our broadcast crew today, our director, Krista Bruner, our camera, John Tripodi, athletic department at BHS, Nathan Keel and Teresa Kuzmal. I want to thank Golden Bear Photography for the photo support all season long, Matt Neff and Stephanie Ponzak, and here at Defiance, Jerry Beauty and also Nate Marroquin. Thank them for the hospitality here. And I am your executive producer of the Golden Bear Sports Network, Chris Malanga. Final thoughts before we send this one out of here?
Good job on the season, Bryan Golden Bears, both boys and girls. It was a great season for both teams, and we look forward to seeing them play next fall.
Yep. Don Malanga, Mason Welling, Hunter Mufeld, Elijah Fry, Logan Smith, and Caden Oberlin. Congratulations on your career. Well deserved. This broadcast is produced by the Golden Bears Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Bryan City School District, is prohibited. One final time for all of us at the Golden Bears Sports Network with Kevin Schafer. I'm Chris Malanga. Again, your final score 4-1. Have a great night, everybody.